It's 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 Pacific. I'm Todd Vanderheiden. Good to have you with us. Some breaking news we're tracking out of Saskatchewan. A new emergency alert has been issued as the manhunt continues for Miles Sanderson. The RCMP are now saying Sanderson may have been spotted in the James Smith Cree Nation. People in that area are being told to go indoors and stay there and be cautious about letting anyone inside of their home. Of course, Sanderson considered to be armed and dangerous. If they spot anything suspicious, to call 911 immediately. Comes as the First Nation remains in shock after a deadly stabbing rampage on Sunday.
We'd like to start having our wakes and funerals and stuff, but we can't because our reserve is on lockdown. So if Miles is hearing this, give yourself up, bud. There's a lot of people back here that are hurting.
Families and communities in two small First Nations are grappling with grief. The body of one of the suspects, 31-year-old Damian Sanderson, was found Monday afternoon on the James Smith Cree Nation. The other suspect is the 30-year-old Miles Sanderson, still at large and, yes, considered to be dangerous. Police say he may possibly be injured, should not be approached. Investigators can't say whether he was responsible for his brother's death or not. Let's bring in CTV's public safety analyst and former commissioner of the Ontario Provincial Police Force, Chris Lewis. Chris, thanks for your time as always. Your reaction to this latest possible sighting in Saskatchewan?
Wouldn't surprise me at all, Todd. I mean, the one partner in crime was found dead yesterday, of course, whereas the reported sighting of them in Regina in the black SUV had two people in it. Obviously wasn't the deceased party. So I know the Regina police are going on that information. I totally understand why. But the fact that maybe the second one is still in the nearby area where this all occurred isn't shocking to me. Who knows, may not be true, but we'll find out shortly.
Right, could still be on that original First Nation. Tell me what you think it means, Chris, for the investigation in terms of how broad it becomes, or perhaps now they tighten the scope.
Well, they'll be tightening the scope around that area for sure. You know, the manpower and resources in there will be amplified, although there's a lot there right now, just in case. But they can't let up on the investigation into the Regina end as well to either confirm one way or another whether or not that second wanted suspect is there. So, I mean, everything else is continuing on, the crime scene examination and investigation into motive. Really trying to tie one or both of the suspects to the different crime scenes. There's only been a few charges laid. Of course, there will be none laid against the deceased party, but the other will have more charges laid, I'm sure, as they tie him to individual scenes. If, in fact, he's still alive when the time comes. There's a lot of things on the go right now.
Yeah, what happens next, Chris, in the investigation? What are we going to see?
Well, the biggest thing right now is really locating that armed suspect. I mean, they use knives, which is odd given the number of guns that would be in the territory and in the surrounding communities, farm country, hunting, you know, farmers using guns to shoot varmints and whatnot. There are long guns there. And they chose to use knives. Do they have guns now? Wouldn't be surprised at all. And so when the arrest comes, he's either going to put his hands up quick and drop any weapons he has, or it's not going to be a good day or a good outcome. So let's get him in custody. The investigation continues on. They still have to find a motive and still tie them to the individual crime scenes. And who knows what? I'm sure there's friends that know more than they're coming forward to say, maybe some that know where the guy's hiding. Some that will understand the motive. Things have been said in the last days prior to the murders, etc. They'll be working on all that stuff, but the key is get that armed guy off the streets.
Chris Lewis, our public safety analyst, with his take, this new development coming in, a possible sighting in Saskatchewan. Thank you for this, Chris, as always.
Thank you, Todd.
And we'll keep our eye on that story, bring you all the updates as they come in right here on CTV News Channel.